guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought it would be fun to share a get ready with you today. So I just finished doing this look today. If you want to see how I created this look, make sure to keep on watching. It was very chit chat style. I'm still feeling a little under the weather. I've been sick this week, so I wanted to film something that was a little bit more casual, and I love filming get ready with me's. I think they're really fun to do. So that's what we did. I might seem a little out of it in this video because I definitely kept getting tongue-tied and tongue-twisted and forgetting simple basic words because my brain is a little foggy still, so please excuse me. But yeah, I hope you guys still enjoy watching. Let's get into it. Okay, so I have already done my skincare off camera. I'm gonna start with the Nars Oil-Free Pro Prime oh my god, I cannot even talk today, you guys. I'm still feeling a little under the weather, so my brain is like foggy brain. You guys know how that is. So if I get tongue-tied a lot, or forget like my train of thought in the middle of a sentence, that is why. But anyways, this is part of my makeup use up this year, so I pulled a few products from that to use in today's video. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that all over my face. But yeah, like I said, I've been a little under the weather. The flu hit our house hard this last week, so Kira got it first. She was homesick earlier this week, and then yesterday I got a call from the school in the middle of the day that Lexi was sick, and I had to go pick her up early from school, and then I started to feel sick, but I feel like I still am sick, but I'm just like trying to push through it, you know? It's like one of those, it's that day where you kind of feel like you still have it, but you're like, I feel like I can still do stuff, so I'm trying because I really needed to film today. Next, I'm going to use my favorite foundation, the Double Wear foundation from Estee Lauder. Because yeah, this week has been insane, you guys. Between having a brand new puppy, if you guys didn't know, we got a puppy last Saturday. His name is Baron and he's adorable, but he's a lot of work. So between him and us all being sick, the kids being sick and then me being sick, I used up all of my backup videos. I always have a few backup videos ready to go in case something like that happens, and I used them all up. So I was like, I need to film today because I have no videos left and I'm still not feeling well. So I thought a chit chat get ready me with, see, I can't talk. I thought a chit chat get ready with me would be the easiest thing to film because I don't think I could sit down and film a video that required much more thinking than this. But if my speech is a little lacking, that is why. Oh, you guys, I'm gonna zoom you out a little bit because I feel like you guys are super tight in on my face. By the way, I'm using my L'Oreal blending sponge for application on this foundation. I love this foundation so much. It is my favorite foundation. But anyways, have you guys been getting sick this flu season? I feel like this is one of the worst flu seasons our family has had in a long time, but I think it's because Alexa is in kindergarten this year, and I remember the year that Aubrey started kindergarten, she was sick like non-stop, and then the same thing when Kira started kindergarten. Kira's actually was horrible because we had just moved to California, and between, she was always the first one to get sick. Like she would bring it home and then we'd all get it, and then right when we were finally getting over that bout, then she would get sick again and bring it home, and then we'd all get that one, and we were just like non-stop sick to the point where the school actually sent me a letter and they were like your kids are missing too much school, and I'm like, well, it's not my fault. Sorry. I'm not gonna send my kids to school when they're like vomiting, so I don't know what you want me to do. Anyway, but yeah, this season, since Lexi's in kindergarten, it's been a rough one. Next, I'm going to do an under eye like brightener. This is from YSL. This is the Tushy Clot. This was in a couple of projects last year, and I've been using this like non-stop for like 4 months, you guys, and I still haven't used it up. Like, I cannot believe how much product is in this little tiny pen. Like, I just keep using it, expecting one day for it to run out, and you can't see how much is in there. So I'm just like, one of these days I'm just gonna click and nothing's gonna come out, but it's just not happening. So, but as you can see, I feel like it actually does a really good job brightening, so I'm gonna be kind of sad when I run out of that one. And it's really, really like lightweight, almost liquidy, so it doesn't feel heavy under the eye. So if you have a lot of creasing under your eye, usually with a corrector, you might want to try that one. It's expensive, but it's good. And I'll definitely link everything down below for you guys' convenience. But anyway, so today's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm so glad that it's Friday. Made it through this week. Even though it was a short week, it felt like a really long week to me. Maybe it's just because of everything going on with the puppy and the kids, but I'm gonna try this concealer. This is my first time trying this actually. This is the Amazing Concealer Illuminate. I have not tried this yet, like I said. I actually have a few products in this bunch that are gonna be kind of first impression type products. It's not all first impressions, but you know, a few of them. So, ooh, that feels dry. I thought it would be a little more creamy since it's an illuminating. Wow, that is super thick and dry. Do you guys see that? Like, it's not like, I kind of thought it would just glide on and be really creamy and almost like watery. Like I was thinking like Naked Skin Concealer kind of consistency, but this has more of a IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. You guys know what I'm talking about? That kind of thick, dry texture. Okay, well, I hope I can blend that out. Holy smokes, that's thick. Hope it doesn't crease on my eye, because really thick ones like that do tend to crease when they're not creamy enough, and that one felt super dry, like almost like tugging on my eye when I went to apply it. Interesting. I always get this spot right here where it won't blend, it wants to crease right there. Huh, I don't know, what do you guys think about that? It looks like it didn't actually cover anything. It looks the same to me, I don't know. I'll have to watch back the footage and see if it actually covered, because when I'm looking close up I can still see the same amount of circle showing through right here, which that brightener did a good job, but it does leave a little bit of a darkness underneath, and I don't feel like the concealer did anything additional to what the corrector gave me, so interesting. I don't know about that one, you guys. I'll have to play with it some more. You guys know how I am. I like to try things at least, you know, a full week's worth before I make an opinion, but the texture threw me off for sure. For setting my under eye, I'm going to use the Cover FX Illuminating. I'm going to pronunciate my words correctly in this video, you guys. Jeez. Illuminating powder. And I take a little bit on this Pro Brush from Sephora collection, and I like to just kind of press that onto the concealer. I don't use very much powder, but if I don't set my under eye, it just moves around too much, so I have to set it. And I like something like this powder that's really lightweight so it doesn't get too creasy or cakey under the eye. Let's set the rest of the face before I do my lid primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face using the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 face powder. This is also part of my makeup use up project for the year. So do you guys have any plans for this weekend? I feel like this is the first weekend in a while that we actually don't have plans, and I'm actually looking forward to that more than a weekend where we do have plans. I think because we've just been so busy for the last like month and a half, you know, the holidays and leading into the holidays, it's just been crazy busy. So I'm like, yes, a weekend where there's nothing going on. I can catch up on some of my household chores, maybe watch some Netflix, just like relax and, you know, unwind. So for my eyelid primer, I'm going to be using the Benefit Air Patrol again. This is another product in my project. This is driving me nuts recently. It's getting kind of like thick and gunky at the top, and every time I open it, it looks gross like that. I'm kind of over this thing already. I just pulled it into the project, but I used to really like it, but if you don't use it daily, that happens. So, and then you end up wasting a bunch of products. So I just want to get this used up, and I probably would not repurchase it. Even though I do like the product itself, the packaging is just a pain in the butt. I kind of want to film one of those videos, you guys. I think it was it, I always get confused. I think it was either Liv Loves Her Makeup or Samantha March that did that video. The products that I like, but the packaging drives me nuts, that video. I kind of want to film one of those because I have a lot of products like that. But I feel like a lot of them would be Benefit and Physicians Formula, because those two brands need to figure their packaging out. Their packaging is so bulky and it drives me crazy. But there are some other products too that I feel that way about, where I really like the product, but I don't like using it because of the packaging. I don't know about that concealer. It still kind of just looks weird to me. I'm not sure if I can put my finger on what it's doing that's bothering me. It just looks, it looks kind of thick, but no coverage. Like, All right. Moving on. So I grabbed this palette for my eyes today, you guys. Sneak peek, spoiler alert, this is going to be my next indie spotlight. It's from Ace Beauté. I did talk about this in a wish list, I believe. It's the Quintessential palette, and I had been seeing ads for this on Instagram, so I really wanted to try it. As I just opened this, I realized this powder is breaking a bit. I really wanted to try it. Now, I have tried it a handful of times already, but before I give a review on a palette, I have to use every single shade at least once, more than once, hopefully, but everything at least once. So I'm still kind of working my way through the palette in order to do that, so I can share the review. So that's what I'm gonna be using today. I'm first gonna go in with this shade and set my eyelid primer with it. It's a little dark for doing that, but I've still been doing it because when I test a palette, I like to try to use only that palette, so it's workable. It's not the best color for doing that on my skin tone, but I can make it work. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my lid with that. It's just a little, you'll see, a little yellow and a little dark for setting my lid, but that's all right, because we're gonna pretty much cover most of that with eyeshadow anyway. And I'm using my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush for doing this. This brush is the best for setting your lid because it's so big and fluffy. It's like just perfect. It does it so fast and evenly. If I try to use a smaller brush, I find that I don't get an even application, and then that kind of defeats the purpose of setting a lid primer. So I don't know what kind of look I want to do today. What should I do today? I'm looking at what I haven't touched yet. Ooh, I haven't used Mandarin. That one looks really pretty. I don't think I want to do, I should tell you guys, this afternoon we have an appointment with our real estate agents. They're finally coming over to like sit down and talk to us about the value of our home so we can make a decision on whether or not we want to list our house for sale. So I want to play with this blue because I haven't yet, but I'm like, I don't know if I want that bold of a statement for this meeting tonight, so I'm gonna go a little more neutral, but we're still gonna do something fun. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this shade, which is called Clove, and we're actually gonna use that as a different type of transition shade today. I wanna see how that shows up on the eye, because it has a really pretty, almost like, I don't know, what would you call that? Like a light peachy pink color to it. Oh, that's pretty. I really need to pluck my eyebrows, by the way, you guys, but I don't think I'm gonna do it today because I still have a headache and I cannot pluck my eyebrows when I have a headache. It just like makes my eyes tear up, like I can't do it. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. The joys of being sick. By the way, this brush that I'm using right now, this is from Gorgeous Cosmetics. This is called the number B12 brush. I like the shape of the brush, but it's really scratchy, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this brush, but I've been trying to use it a lot to see if I can kind of like, I don't know, get over the scratchiness, but it's pretty scratchy. It's turning up like super pink on my eye, even though it looks a little more peachy in the pan. It's turning up really pink, but I think I'm gonna be going with some of these more pink and purple tones, so let's see how this is gonna turn out. I have no idea what I'm doing here, you guys. Do you ever do that where you're just like, well, first of all, I can't really plan out a look because my head is, let's be honest, my head is like all over the place. But when you're playing with a new palette, sometimes it's better to not plan it. Okay, I should show you what I'm doing. So now I am taking this Moda, what did they call this brush? Crease brush. And I'm going to be picking up this shade, which is called Rosé. And even though it's got some shimmer to it, I'm gonna try using that kind of on the outer portion of my eye. I can't think of words right now. Words are not working really well in my brain. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of circle this on the outer 1/3 or outer corner, outer V, that's the word I was looking, just to kind of deepen up that other shade because I feel like they're similar in tones. It's already getting really bold though, whereas wanted to go a little more neutral. We can tone it down though. Same thing on the other eye. So if you guys are looking for something to do this weekend, I definitely recommend seeing, I don't know if I told you already, I definitely recommend seeing that Jumanji movie. I told you guys in my last Get Ready With Me, I think, that I was thinking about taking the kids to see it, and we did over the holiday, and we all loved it. Like every single one of us loved it. Even my husband, and he usually doesn't like really get into those kinds of like kiddish family type movies, but even he was like, that was really good. It was really funny and just like really well made. Okay, so I want to tone this down. I was thinking about doing like one of these berry tones, but now I'm like, you know, this is getting pretty bold already. So I think what I'm going to do actually is use Starry Nights, which is kind of a silvery taupe shade, And we're gonna start placing that on the lid and see if that kind of works well with these colors. Wow, I'm just using my finger, by the way. That's a pretty color. I feel like with these metallics in this palette, it makes my eyes look really like crepey and aged, which I don't usually have that problem with metallic shades. Sometimes I do, but not all the time. It's not like a consistent problem for me, but these ones just really do. I'll show you guys a close-up in a second. I'm just gonna press this right on. Like pretty bad, actually. You see? Here, let me give you guys a close-up. Well, we're gonna soften that up. So I'm gonna take the same Moda brush and I'm gonna go back and really lightly blend that together. I didn't put any additional product on my brush because I just want to use whatever product was left on there to lightly brush that together. I am not liking the way this look is coming together though, you guys. I have to be honest. Let's see if I can fix it. I think I have an idea to make it better. Let's try it. Okay, so I'm just softening that all up. I really need to put some eyeshadow on my lower lash line to start evening this out. So I'm gonna start with that first kind of peachy pink shade and run that all across my lower lash line. Well, I told you guys, I wanna play with more color and more cool tones, so here we go. You know what, I haven't tried this black yet. Let's go for it. We're gonna go for it. So I'm gonna take this matte black, which is called Neroli, and I'm gonna take it on this little pencil brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to keep that very close to my outer V and just slowly work it up and slowly build it just to kind of smoke out that outer corner a bit. Add some intensity. I think that silvery shade would make a really good just like inner corner highlight, you know? More than like an all over the lid shade. But I like the way that it's kind of ombreing into the pink. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye here. So I told you guys I still have that foggy brain and I'm trying to decide if I should have a second cup of coffee because I usually have 2 cups of coffee in the morning. And I had my first cup and then I just started feeling super shaky, but I'm like, I don't know if that's because I'm not feeling well or I don't know. Kind of want more coffee, but then I'm kind of like, is it gonna make me feel sick? Now that I got that like placed where I want it, I'm gonna grab a blending brush to blend it softly. Just a clean brush here. And I'm actually gonna pick up some more of the pink so that I can build that pink up a bit because I lost some pink. All right, I feel like once I put the liner on, it's gonna pull it together. So let's try that. All right, so for eyeliner, I'm gonna use my favorite, which is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. So I am going to do a wing liner. I feel like that's gonna work best with this. I need to do my brows. I think that'll pull it together too, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick wing liner and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm not super loving the eye look yet, but hopefully it gets better. Next, I'm going to be using this Mally liner to line my lower lash line because I feel like this needs to be a little more smoky. So I'm just gonna keep this like actually right on my lash line, but make it a little smudgy. This is really creamy, so it's easy to kind of smudge it out. All right, before I do my lashes, I really quick wanna do my eyebrows because I feel like that's part of the problem right now that's making it look kind of off. Just doesn't look right without brows on. So today I am using my Marc Jacobs brow pencil, again, part of that project. This is in the shade medium brown, by the way. I really am starting to kind of like the way the eye look is turning out. It's definitely more colorful than what I've been doing recently. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill my brows because I am kind of, it does take me quite a while, and then I'll be right back. All right, it's starting to kind of come together. So now I'm going to use a lash primer. I'm using this brand new one from Grande. It's the Grande primer. I haven't tried it yet, so we're gonna be trying this out together for the first time. And you guys know I'm kind of a snob when it comes to lash primers because I don't very often wear false lashes. So lash primer and a good mascara is very important to me. So let's see. Well, first of all, it does have a rubber kind of wand here, which is not my favorite because I find that it doesn't give me enough volume, but it does separate well, so maybe that's a good thing for a primer. Let's see. It's definitely like you can see it's coating my lashes because my lashes are kind of turning white on that side. The real test is after I apply the mascara how it looks. So And I'm using a mascara today that I've been using for a while, so I know I like that mascara. Okay. Well, it's not as good as the Tarte one. You have to really build it up. That's the only thing. But yeah, so you can see it coated my lashes. All right, so now we are going to apply mascara, and I'm using the Sephora Collection Lash Craft Big Volume. I've been using this one for a while now, and I actually really like it quite a lot. So this is one I would definitely highly recommend. I feel like I've been using this for maybe 2 months now, and so far everything about it I really like. Gives me a good amount of volume, but it doesn't get too clumpy, and it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. It's just all over a really good one, and it's only $14, so it's more than like drugstore, but not quite as high as a high-end mascara. So it's definitely one I would repurchase. So as you guys can see, it gives me a good amount of volume, so I don't need the false lashes, which I hate wearing false lashes. I don't know what it is about false lashes, but I just can't get used to them. They just drive my eyes crazy. So, and I think they look pretty, but I don't think they're necessary, not for everyday use. Although if you like lashes, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wearing false lashes. I think they look beautiful. I just can't do it. So I have found ways, alternatives, and ways to get around it so that I can still get the look I like. Okay, so that's the finished eye look. I think the eyes look kind of pretty. I don't know, you guys, I'm not ready to give a review on that eyeshadow palette yet, but that is going to be coming soon. But they definitely, I think that they look beautiful on the eye for sure. So yeah, that's that. And then we have some face palettes to try out. So I have this brand new palette from Pure Cosmetics. This is the Contour Diaries. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't even opened the little plastic off of it, so I'm going to do that real quick. I'm still dreaming of a beauty room, you guys, but that is definitely, if we decide to move when the real estate agents come over tonight, if we decide that it's the right time, the market's right for us to move, that's something I will be looking for in my new house, because I am so over this dark room filming in here. Even though this room is beautiful and I love it and it is big enough to accommodate, it's just so dark in here. And then I have to get all of these lights out, and I literally have 3 lights on me right now, and I still feel like it's very dark in here, even with all the lights. It's just, it's frustrating. So I'm gonna start with this shade here, which is called Secret, and we're gonna use that to contour with. But I mean, part of it is also the weather in this area. We live in Washington State, so it's always gray and gloomy. So that is part of the problem. When we lived in California, I started my channel when we were living in California, and lighting was never an issue. It was like no matter what room I was in, as long as there was a window, it was always sunny enough that, you know, it was so easy to film like every day. Now it's like I'm struggling to find the right room where the light comes in at the right time of the day. It's just, yeah, one of the perks of living in the Pacific Northwest with the constant clouds, but I love it here, you guys. I love, love, love this area. It's so beautiful. And I actually enjoy rain, so I'm one of the few people on the planet that I love it when it rains. Let me tell you, when we first moved back from California, it was like the middle of summer, so we actually had a long dry streak here, so it was like 2 months of like no rain. And so I was like so depressed. I was like, I came back to Washington and I still haven't got any rain. And then the first day it rained, oh my God, I was like jumping around, laughing and clapping like a 2-year-old. I was so excited. And like the whole way to work that day, I was like singing in my car, and I'm just like, yes, there's rain. Yeah, I went through rain withdrawal. I don't know if that's a thing, but it is for me. I love rain. Okay, so I like the way that blended. It blended really easily. The color is definitely a little bit dark, but it's not too dark. It's not like a super light contour. You know, the color actually reminds me a little bit of the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. That's what I'm gonna compare it to. It's kind of that tone and that richness, that deepness. I'm really digging this eye look, you guys. I actually think it looks really nice. So, all right, next, what do we have next? Blush. I don't think I grabbed one. Let me grab a blush. I'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna go with this Rosy Pop from the Clinique Cheek Pops. This is probably my absolute favorite formula for blush. I love it so much, and this color is really nice, like neutral, but it's got that cool tone, which is going to really work with this eye look. Now I grabbed 2 lipsticks to try, and as I'm looking at this, eye look is very, very pink. The 2 lipsticks I grabbed, because I wasn't sure which way I was going with the eye look, one is pink and the other is a neutral. So I think I'm gonna go with neutral since the eyes are so pink. I feel like if I did pink lips, it'd be like a little too much. But before we do that, let's highlight. So I have this highlighting palette I got from Shop Hush's website. I've been slowly testing out all those products I got, but you guys, they sent me so much product. It is gonna take me a long time to get through all of it in order to do reviews on those. But this is my first time using this. This is the Okaline Glowing Palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's definitely a dupe for the Anastasia palette. But let's try this shade, which is called Precious. It looks like it has a pink shift to it. A little bit, it's kind of an icy pink. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna dip, this brush is the Pro Featherweight brush from Sephora collection number 90. And we're gonna apply that on the cheeks first. It's not as intense as the Anastasia ones, which I'm actually okay with. I don't mind something being a little more subtle and then you can kind of build it up rather than going in and having it so intense and then feeling like you have to blend it out, you know? It's a lot easier to build than to take the stuff off. I think it's pretty actually, I really do like that. So we'll see how it lasts throughout the day though. All right, and then last but not least, let's go in with lips. So I grabbed stuff for my project again because I'm just started it, want to make a good first impact. So we're going to be using this little guy. This is a Kat Von D miniature lipstick in the shade Celebutard. She discontinued this almost immediately after launching it because of the name, but I was able to get my hands on it before that. My lips are so dry because I've been sick, so it kind of looks crusty, but I grabbed a gloss to top it with. I like this shade though. I feel like she did actually keep the shade, but she renamed it. I don't know what the name of the new shade is, but she again reformulated again since these were the old lipsticks. What were these called? Painted Love lipsticks, and now she just got rid of the studded lipstick, so that is very old. But anyways, and then I'm going to put on this gloss, which is the Nars Chelsea's Girl Lip Gloss, since my lips are so dang dry. This will make them look a little less crusty. Okay, so that is the completed look. Okay guys, so that is how the look turned out. That was definitely fun playing with some new products and some new colors that I don't traditionally like reach for. I think I really like this look. I wouldn't mind recreating it again. I think it's really nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed chatting with me today. Sorry if I was a little out of it. Definitely am still not 100%, but thank you for joining me. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I definitely have a lot of great videos coming next week. I wanted to film some of the videos I had on my filming list, but like I said, I just didn't feel like I had the mental capacity for that today. But I do have another brand review coming up soon. I have Kat Von D next up for my full brand reviews. I also have some tag videos that I've been planning, and a lot of other great stuff. I have a declutter coming up next week, so make sure that you guys stay tuned for all of that. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all of that great content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.